Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So Matt Hoogan noticing something that I thought I'd bring to you today. There's an absolutely massive disconnect between retail and professional sentiment in crypto right now. Retail sentiment is the worst it's been in years, while professional investors are extraordinarily bullish. It's like living in two completely separate worlds. James Seifert also commenting, he says, it feels like because retail is holding a ton of altcoins and meme coins, etc., that they are down really badly, as they probably should be, in my opinion. Ha ha ha. Smart money knows best, says Vet. Ryan Selk is commenting, Bitcoin versus little tech. I couldn't agree more, says Crypto Caesar. Overexposed to crap coins. Does it? So, guys, Bitcoin still holding up, and this is, this is ultimately what they're saying here. Bitcoin has come up, has corrected, and, is still kind of just trading in a sideways channel at the moment. This is positive news. Again, Bitcoin is the leader. Don't worry about your altcoins at this moment. Bitcoin is still trading in and around $96,300 per coin, and that is really what we should be focusing on at this particular moment, right? We're not seeing a pump at this particular time, but what happens next? Bitcoin goes first, then altcoins follow. But as you guys can see, fear is at 35. So why is it if Bitcoin is, pretty much just trading sideways? Well, the altcoin market, people are exposed to crap coins or, just generally altcoins, I guess we could say. And look at this trend here for altcoins. This is the total 3 market on the daily. And you can see a significant decline, making lower lows for altcoins. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that altcoins are dead in the water. All this means is that altcoins are the ones that have lost most of their gains. But guys, this happens time and time again. Altcoins will pump when the time comes. XRP is an example of one of those alternative cryptocurrencies. Big sell-off for XRP, but it did in fact rebound back on February the 3rd. Now we're just kind of trading in this zone here that we were trading at the beginning of January. So we lost a little bit, but guys, a bit of a cool-off because XRP did gain quite a lot since the elections. Let's not forget, from the bottom there to the high, that's over 574%. And now XRP is up since the US elections 368%, so still doing very, very well. So really, there is nothing to worry about. All these fundamentals are looking very normal. For more information on what I'm doing, though, you guys can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. If you're interested in what I'm doing, I'm opening up my portfolio, keeping everything transparent, working on part 6 of an 8-part cash out strategy that I've been slowly rolling out for my Patreon subscribers. So if you guys are interested in that, sign up now, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Check this out, okay? These are, some of the signs that I think are good to look at that could maybe quell your fears a little bit. 520 million XRP was absorbed by insatiable whales in just 3 days. This courtesy of XRP Crypto Wolf. So cryptocurrency analyst and trader Ali Martinez has unveiled on-chain data showing that over the past few days, whales have wiped out a staggering 500 million XRP off the cryptocurrency market. So guys, they're gobbling it up. In a recently published tweet, the crypto analyst mentioned above revealed that the 4th largest digital coin, XRP, dropped approximately 13.45% between these 2 days, but that caused XRP whales to accumulate over 500 million XRP. So 0.5 of the entire supply was just bought up by whales. It bears mentioning that one day before that, whales sold a large part of their XRP bags, according to the chart shared by the analyst, as the price began to dive, and they quickly initiated a sell-off to lock in their profits. So smart money, I think, is what we should be paying attention to. Again, because of the institutional changes that are happening, right? We're seeing more and more XRP ETFs. There was just another one announced yesterday. If you guys didn't catch the video I did on that yesterday, I will link that up here in the top right-hand corner. But this is also, a new update. Startup founded by Citi alumni to launch an XRP-backed security, or XRP-backed securities. This courtesy of Bank XRP here. So Receipts Deposit Corp, or the RDC, a startup founded by a group of former Citigroup executives, is planning to launch an XRP-backed securities. According to people familiar with the matter, this will give institutions access to XRP securities through the U.S. regulated market infrastructure. So this is different than an ETF. The company will offer depository receipts similar to the American depository receipts that represent foreign stocks on U.S. equity exchanges. The product will be offered to qualified institutional buyers only via transactions exempt from registration under the Securities Act of 1933. As such, it does not need approval from the SEC or the Securities and Exchange Commission. Fox Business reported this news earlier on Friday. The securities will be cleared by the Depository Trust Company, or the DTC, similar to RDC's already existing offering of Bitcoin and Ethereum-backed securities. So this is a brand new operation, looking like they're kind of piggybacking on the idea of offering XRP ETFs, which now a lot of institutional investors are providing. So this is also great news by Citibank alumni. They are creating a new XRP tied product. So big news there. Wanted to thank Bank XRP for posting that. Michael Branch, guys, also mentioning this. Have you seen this? RLUSD, guys, is expanding to more platforms. So we are actually seeing the RLUSD expanding to more platforms, including Zero Hash and Revolut, strengthening its presence in trading, payment, and financial applications across multiple blockchains. Why this is important? Ripple needs this stablecoin to be liquid so that more people will choose to use it on the XRP ledger, thus leveraging more XRP to move it all around. Ripple is strengthening their presence in the stablecoin business, obviously, through their new partnership. And so Zero Hash and Revolut have been added to the growing list of platforms, and that was just announced on February the 5th, designed to maintain a one-to-one value with the US dollar, and they're natively issued on the XRP ledger and Ethereum blockchain. So, of course, we're talking about the RLUSD here. So Ripple's website now shows RLUSD is available on 14 exchanges, including Uphold, MoonPay, B2C2, KeyRock, CoinMina, Archax, Bitso, JST Digital, Independent Reserve, Bullish, MB, Zero Hash, Revolut, and now Bitstamp. These platforms provide broader access to the RLUSD for trading, payments, and financial applications. And guys, here's the list here in the form of a logo chart. And this is just the beginning. I have a feeling that we are likely going to see the RLUSD being listed on more and more exchanges moving forward. I mean, Tether is listed on so many different exchanges. It has been the main US pegged stablecoin for a very long time, pretty much since, not as long as Bitcoin, but for a very long time, it has been supporting Bitcoin transactions. Then there came USDC, that has become more prominent. But guys, the RLUSD, this is to serve institutional demand, enterprise-grade solutions for transactions. It is backed by Ripple, so I'm curious to see how the RLUSD gains market share in the coming years. And so this is just the beginning. How many is it now? 11, did they say? No, 14 exchanges are now listing the RLUSD. So wanted to thank Michael for letting us know about that. Token Relations, guys, is excited to share now that they are working with Ripple too. They're saying here we're expanding coverage to include Ripple XRP, the RLUSD, and the XRPL, and bringing more to its community, the best updates, metrics, and insight. So these guys are putting out a newsletter once a month, I guess, rounding up everything Ripple and XRP. Interesting to note that. I will keep you guys updated. I mean, so much is happening right now in the space that I feel like, these are just, obviously we get news every single day, but the news, I think, is becoming more and more relevant, as we're starting to get closer to real world utility. At least that's my hunch, the hunch that I'm getting. The price of XRP is obviously going to react at some point once we do get that massive uptick. Right now, it's a bit of a slow build, but we are eventually going to see, some big moves coming forward. XRPL development is obviously quintessential to this, and Mayuka Vadari has now confirmed credentials are now coming to the XRP ledger too. So this is building a compliant identity layer for the XRP ledger. Credentials is a new feature that provides a secure, lightweight framework for issuing, managing, and verifying user credentials directly on the XRP ledger, enabling robust compliance while preserving user privacy. So We use the XRP ledger, or companies use the XRP ledger for various different applications, but now we're obviously seeing, there is a need for security, for privacy, for credential verification. And so last year, the RippleX team introduced XLS 70. This is an amendment for the XRP ledger, and it is currently undergoing the amendment voting process as part of the Ripple 2.3.0 release. This article will cover how the feature is built, what it enables, and how it fits into the bigger picture of enabling compliant institutional-grade DeFi on the XRP ledger. And so I'm not going to go over all of this for you guys, but I will link it in the description of the video if this is something you guys are interested in. Basically, credentials just designed to be a lightweight feature to add onto the decentralized identity standard, and just some bullet points to that. Extended depository authorization flow, so to make sure your transactions are secure. Immediate use cases. Upon activation, developers may utilize the credential feature to streamline user onboarding processes, so that's important. It will first work with deposit authorization authentication where senders can be automatically approved instead of using a manual process. Credentials can also be used to authorize off-ledger activities in association with a decentralized identifier. There's some broader implications down here as well. Credentials can be thought of as a modular building block on the DID. So, the building keeps continuing. Of course, every single application gets built and then gets used, and then the developers realize, okay, well, we probably should have, something to secure that or something to do something else with this, and so they keep building on it. And, we've got a very good community of developers, so we really should be happy, considering we all hold XRP, or at least I'm presuming we all hold XRP. The developer community is really what's going to get those prices sky high, because if the XRP ledger is the number one gold standard in terms of tokenization, in terms of, just overall blockchain and DLT technology, well, guys, the rest is just gravy. So I'm happy to see this. I'm happy to see, more developments on the XRP ledger. Wanted to thank Mayuka for posting that. Guys, we've also got news here from Crypto Area at Sentosumo Saba on Twitter. SBI just did announce XRP as a shareholder benefit again. A coupon code for receiving 200 yen worth of XRP will be presented. Estimated conversion date, July 31st, 2025. So this is the translated notice of implementation. They note here shareholders listed or recorded in the shareholder list as of March the 31st of this year. They are eligible to participate. Contents of the entertainment, I don't know why they're calling it that, probably lost in translation there. A selection application ticket that allows you to choose between a coupon code ticket that XRP receives cryptographic assets in your subsidiary, or a product set sold by your subsidiary. So shareholders with more than 100 shares and less than 1,000 held in the shareholder list as of this date, or shareholders with a holding period more than 1,000 shares of the holding period of less than 1 year. So it just gives you guys the rules here. But ultimately, look at this. They note down here, cryptographic asset XRP can only be selected as shareholder friendly for domestic residents who can hold an account or open a new SBI VC trade via the subsidiary. I really wish SBI had a better translation optimization program for these articles. They're using some kind of internal translation here, but I think we get the point. Crypto Boom, though, asking, okay, this sounds like a test run. The U.S. government will be watching closely for when they decide to incorporate XRP into the world of finance and create a new American-based SWIFT system. U.S. banks can then hand out coupons worth $20 worth of XRP to further incentivize usage, investment, and liquidity. So it is interesting to note that the Japanese company, this is a Japanese company doing this, offering this up. Mr. Man here also commenting, all right, here's the deal. SBI Holdings is basically all in on Ripple and XRP. As we know, they own 9% of Ripple, making them the biggest external shareholder, and they've been working with them since 2016. They even have a joint venture called SBI Ripple Asia, which focuses on using XRP for remittances and payments across Japan and Asia. In 2021, SBI started using XRP for international remittances, and now in December of 2024, they're launching a US dollar-backed stablecoin, further integrating XRP into their financial system. Plus, SBI is pushing NFTs on the XRP ledger, and at one point in late 2024, XRP's market cap actually hit number one in the crypto market before settling back into third place. So Japan has a huge problem with the yen right now. The country has low interest rates, and people are borrowing yen cheaply and investing in higher yield foreign assets. That's the Japanese carry trade. But if investors panic or global interest rates shift, Japan could face currency collapse. Here's where Ripple and XRP come in. If the yen gets wrecked, RippleNet's on-demand liquidity can help Japan move money instantly without relying on pre-funded bank accounts. So that's an interesting observation here. Maybe they're thinking 5 steps ahead in case this happens. Basically, it lets them settle transactions in real time using XRP as a bridge currency, bypassing the traditional FX system and reducing their dependence on the US dollar. SBI isn't just betting on XRP for fun. They see it as a critical tool for Japan's financial future. If the yen crashes, Japan needs an alternative liquidity solution, and RippleNet plus XRP might be their ace in the hole. So this was, again, just some more documentation from back late last year, December 2024, showing us the timeline here, right? 2024 US dollar linked stablecoin. So that was when the RLUSD was finally released. And now we're looking to the future. Summer of 2025 at the Osaka Kansei World Expo provide NFTs issued on the XRP ledger. So that's their plans moving into 2025. But in December, for the first time ever in about 4 years, XRP's market cap ranked first first in the crypto asset space and then did eventually return to number 3. But guys, SBI has had a vested interest in Ripple for a very long time. So, I don't know, are they going to be issuing, XRP to their customers for a specific reason? Is it just as a gift maybe? Here's an investment, hold on to it, and it will be worth more in the future. I don't know, but it is happening. You heard it here on Working Money Channel. Wanted to thank Crypto Eddie and Mr. Man for posting that. Now, it's a well-known fact that Ripple has been, I guess it's been rumored, over the years, Ripple's going to take over Swift. Are they going to integrate into Swift? I remember doing this channel back in the day where in 2018, 2019, there was this hard narrative, and all the information pointed to the fact that Ripple would eventually replace Swift. I mean, Ripple doesn't need Swift. They could replace them, and Ripple was, ramping up with their partnerships at that point in time. Now that narrative is kind of shifted. The idea now is that Ripple is going to fully integrate into Swift. I mean, Swift's already there, but you can replace the guts, stick in brand new DLT technology, and you have a better Swift running on Ripple. I remember guys like BitBoy Crypto saying stuff like this. This courtesy of Jack the Rippler here. Listen to this.
It's an upgrade to the processes that a bank uses. It's a network of value, not a network of information. That's what Swift is. It's inevitable that XRP replaces Swift. There's no doubt about it. And people really undersell the technology that XRP has.
So again, I've even been guilty of doing videos where, the evidence was pointing to the fact that Ripple was going to replace Swift. But I think things have changed how banks will operate as nodes on the XRP ledger. So let's go back to the XRP ledger and talk about banking, just general banking first. So Smoke did post this. Banks on the XRP ledger will use XRP, the network's only native asset, to facilitate cross-border transactions. Instead of holding reserves in multiple correspondent banks, they will maintain only their domestic currency and a reserve of XRP. This allows them to directly trade between their currency and XRP, which acts as a bridge for less liquid currency pairs. By adopting this model, banks reduce costs by minimizing pre-funding accounts, lowering currency management overhead, and decreasing rebalancing fees. Additionally, they eliminate reliance on correspondent banking, reducing the risk of bankruptcy exposure and improving financial stability. So we already have that fundamental infrastructure, how banks can leverage XRP and the bridge currency, but we're talking about big transactions, large institutions. So, Ripple has proven themselves on the bank level, but what about on that international scale? So this goes back to Swift, a fundamental step to interoperability of the financial ecosystem. Here is Swift's Shiriaka Hore, MD and Global Head of Industry Relations, talking about scaling new technologies such as blockchain and exploring moving new asset classes such as digitalized and tokenized assets to a pilot stage over the network. And, they don't mention the exact network, but guys, this is a representative from Swift, the head of global industry relations, talking about just this. Listen to this.
Establishes and reaffirms, right, that there is a link towards efficient flow of capital and goods around the world that drives economic growth. And SWIFT has been pretty much this invisible backbone towards global financial integration over the last 51 years. And SWIFT is committed to interoperability. And you spoke of newer networks and the pace of technology innovation and the role for these different actors, in the industry to come together and ensure that there is interoperability. So let me talk a little bit probably about what SWIFT does in terms of ensuring that there are common industry goals and we put our right expertise and focus when it comes to our strategy and the community assets that we build out. So later in this year, towards November, the SWIFT community and the wider financial services industry will embrace open data standards of ISO 20022. Over 11,500 institutions on the network will adopt that. But in parallel, there are 40 other RTGSs, high-value payment systems, that are embracing ISO 20022, an open data standard, a rich data standard. And this is a step to speak the same language, a foundational step to interoperability of the financial ecosystem. And then there is a lot of coordinated industry effort towards the G20 cross-border enhancement roadmap. It's a multi-year roadmap, but our strategy is very closely aligned to this roadmap, and we're trying to focus into the next year where really are the frictions, right? So there are targets and KPIs around speed, and there are speed bumps, and those speed bumps are of different natures. It could lie, be very corridor specific with banks not being able to automate. It could be with markets and opening hours of market infrastructures. It could be around FX and capital controls. And so there is a huge amount of work that needs to be done, not only in terms of uh, mobilizing the resources effectively across the private sector, but also in terms of regulation and policy making to accelerate some of these goals. And it's happening. But the point is that all of this is in the backdrop of fragmentation, right? And it could derail some of these efforts overnight and decelerate the speed at which the industry needs to move. And just in terms of even innovation being that invisible plumbing, not just of capital flow, but also as an inclusive network, which is stood for years of operational resilience and standardizing information exchange and advocating market best practices. There is also a responsibility that we have towards responsible innovation and scaling new technologies, whether we look at AI, whether we look at blockchain. And a lot of our exploration towards moving newer asset classes, digitally tokenized asset classes over our network is moving from exploratory to a pilot phase. We are using AI to detect anomalies on the network. Again, we've moved to a pilot stage this year. These are significant steps, and we're making sure that we are there to fight the common enemy of fraud and nobody gets left behind. So that's the underlying principle with which our strategy and our assets are evolving. And we've got a very strong support from the SWIFT community as well.
A far cry from how they were speaking 7-8 years ago. Now they're speaking our language, interoperability, ISO 20022, leveraging blockchain, tokenizing everything. This is now what SWIFT is saying. This is now what SWIFT is going to do. So that begs the question. I mean, Subjective Views did post this. I wanted to thank him for that. Down here, he says, crypto digital assets, and then he hashtags all those interoperable crypto assets that could be running over SWIFT, Link, XRP, XLM, HBAR, XDC, Algorand, Ethereum. But is SWIFT integrating XRP through EastNets? Now, I talked about this briefly the other day, but I wanted to bring this up because the Wrath Economist brings us a great tweet thread here. Some buzz floating around that's worth unpacking. I don't think so. But there's some good news here, he says. Okay, EastNets is a SWIFT-certified service bureau that facilitates access to SWIFT's global messaging network. There's a licensed third party, like an Accenture or an ACI Worldwide, that provides infrastructure for financial institutions to process cross-border payments. CSBs like EastNets manage technical connectivity protocols and compliance for institutions. They help organizations meet SWIFT's CSP compliance standards and the adoption of ISO 20022 messaging formats to use the network. They translate message formats as well. Here is an EastNets Swift application, and so he links that in this tweet, and I will link this in the description if you guys want to read it further. Recent crypto articles, though, suggest EastNets Payment Safe or PaySafe platform can facilitate XRP data processing within Swift's framework. Most aren't very precise. They're not too helpful, and I think they are based on the following. I believe Smoke first posted this video of the EastNets rep talking about PaySafe. It's a great find, and I know I talked about this particular video in the past. The conversation there with the person who is tagged here makes a good comparison of how Valente or Finastra connect Ripple to larger systems. And so, notice this diagram, okay, from the video. Ripple is indicated, not XRP. Also, Swift and Ripple are parallel, like ACH, not P2P exactly. It looks like the diagram seen before with Valente, Finastra, etc. So he's showing us this diagram here, and I know we've seen this in the past, but guys, a parallel system where Swift and Ripple work together, and it's all still good news. Glad to see there's demand to carry Ripple messaging in the UAE specifically, and with it perhaps XRP data for institutions using Swift similar to other CSBs, but no direct Swift XRP or GPI integration exists as of yet. However, we could be on our way to this. This is not formal XRP integration into Swift's core systems like GPI by Swift. It's a third-party service connecting to Ripple. And he also mentions here, for what it's worth, I haven't been able to pin down the exact dates when EastNet started supporting Ripple, but the PR says they have been working with them since 2017. So guys, EastNet's connecting to Swift, working parallel with Ripple. Of course, now the narrative has changed in the 2020s that Swift has to integrate into these digital systems. They tried to build their own thing with GPI. That clearly didn't work, or maybe it was their first step. I don't know how they would spin it. But guys, the DLT technology is there. EastNets has been working with Ripple. They are integrating with Swift. So I do think it is a fait accompli. It's just a matter of time before those regulations really get this thing up off the ground. One XRP trading for about $2.36 right now, but I think that's going higher. That's just my opinion. And for more of my personal opinions on my trading journey, I'm updating the cash out strategy, guys, updating it part 6 of 8. The first 5 parts have already been posted over there at patreon.com/workingmoney channel if you want to see where I'm cashing out, what I'm looking at too, because we're trying to pinpoint the top here, right? We want to cash out high. Follow me there and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.